Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, and today we are playing a new game actually called Blueprints. This is a newer game, just came out within the past month or so. I've seen a lot of people play it. I myself haven't, but and I haven't really watched a lot of videos on it. I've seen bits and pieces, mostly shorts, but I haven't actually watched a full playthrough or anything to really know. But from what I basically can tell is it's kind of a puzzle adventure game, so I'm kind of excited to get into it, see what it's like. So let's go ahead and let's get started on our new game.
Herbert S. Sinclair of the Mount Holly Estate at Reddington, do publish and declare this instrument my last will and testament, and hereby revoke all wills and codicils heretofore made by me. I give and bequeath to my grandnephew, Simon P. Jones, son of my dear niece, Mary Matthew, all of my right, title, and interest in and to the house and land which I own near Mount Holly. The above provision and bequest is contingent on my aforementioned grandnephew discovering the location of the 46th room of my 45-room estate. The location of the room has been kept a secret from all the staff and servants of the manor, but I am confident that any heir worthy of the Sinclair legacy should have no trouble uncovering its whereabouts within a timely manner. Should my grandnephew fail to uncover this room or provide proof of his discovery to the executors of my will, then this gift shall lapse. In witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand this 18th day of March, 1993. Herbert S. Sinclair.
Day 1. Okay, so the very first thing I want to go ahead and indicate is how fantastic is this art style. I mean, it's beautiful. Okay, let's take a look here. It looks like we have a letter. Open only in the event of my death. Simon, welcome to Mount Holly. You may not remember, but I have fond memories of your many visits here as a young boy, and I hope these rooms provide you with as much amusement as it did in those lost summer days. By the time you read this, I will assume you are fully aware of my last wishes and all the details of the bequest. Please do not mistake my intentions in giving you this challenge as a lack of confidence. I assure you nothing could have been further from my mind when I chose you as my heir. With that said, there are a few ground rules of this commission, covered in the fine print of my will, that I feel I should bring to your attention. No tools or items may be brought in onto the estate from the outside. Tools and items found on the estate may not be taken off the estate. You may not stay overnight. That's weird. I don't suspect that any of these stipulations should prove an impediment for someone as resourceful as yourself, but it is very important to me that you start fresh each morning and not rely on the successes of the previous day. One final word of advice: do not assume the rooms you find today will be the same rooms you find tomorrow. These grounds have provided me a home for the last half-century, and even I am uncertain of which room lies beyond any particular door. Your grandmother used to say, "Don't go where the path leads, abandon the path and go where you want it to lead." With all my love and wishes, best of luck, Herbert S. Sinclair. Okay. You found the Mount Holly blueprint. This will serve as a useful map and inventory log during your adventure. You may access the blueprint menu by pressing tab. Okay. So I need to get up here. And I'm starting here. Got it. Okay, and then there's something called Call It a Day. Okay. Here we go. Searching the estate can be exhausting. Each time you enter a room, you will lose one footprint. When you no longer have any footprint left, you will be too tired to continue searching the manor and must call it a day. Okay. Well, let's get started, shall we? Select a room to draft. Bedroom. Whenever you enter this room, gain 2 feetsies. Closet, I get 2 items. Hallway. Looks like I get 2 doors. Let's do hallway. It is truly a fantastic look to it. And look, I went from 50 down to 49. Let's go this way first. Okay, so we get bedroom. I get 2 feetsie gain. Parlor looks like it has a puzzle. And then nook, it looks like I get a key. I want to do the bedroom. So I get 50 feetsies. Greetings from Reddington. Okay. Oh, and in the bottom right corner it says bedroom rank 1. So that's interesting. A small coin purse. Each time you collect 3 coins, earn an additional coin and interest. Okay. That's cool. I didn't look around the hallway, but I'm going to have to go back there anyway because there's a... Okay. So it looks like with the den, you get a gem or diamond. You get a spare room and you get a storeroom. In the storeroom, it looks like I get a key, a diamond, and coins. So let's go ahead and get the key, diamond, and coins. I know it's a dead end, but I have other areas I can kind of venture to. And it looks like these are things I'm going to need. Plus, I get 2 more feetsies. Okay, let's go here. Alright, so I get corridor. Corridor is always left unlocked. Parlor, and then pantry I get 4 coins. Let's go with corridor. Okay. There's a guest bedroom. It looks like it's a dead end, but I get plus 10 feet. It's a den, but it looks like I have 2 other doorways, or I can do a closet. We're going to go ahead and do a den. do... Ooh. I do enjoy, like, this art style tremendously. It's quite actually beautiful. Okay, so the den can lead us this way and this way. Looks like at some point we might connect with the entrance hall. So let's go this way first. So it looks like we got Nook, which will lead me up. We got a closet, which will give us 2 items. Or a bunk room, and this room counts as 2 bedrooms. I'm going to go with the Nook. Just because it seems like it has the ability to progress. Okay, I have to use a key. I have a key there. What does it say? A journey noteworthy. As you continue on your adventure, you may want to consider getting something to scribble down your notes and observations. A pad, a scrap of paper, or perhaps most fittingly a journal will prove to be an invaluable tool you will not regret having beside you on your journey. All right, so what we will do is grab our handy dandy notebook. It's an Animal Crossing notebook that I used for the Paynes Creek killings. And let's go ahead and get this over to a fresh page here. And we will go ahead and use this notebook in case we need it. All right, and if you heard that, that's my pen. Okay. Let's put a little cream on the hands here. So, in the Nook, we do have a locked chest. I think we'll go ahead and use a key for that. I have 2 keys. This will bring me down to 1. Ooh. Okay, so we have now 12 coins because of that coin purse. Okay. Chapel. Whenever you enter chapel, you lose 1 coin. The closet, we get 2 items. Patio spread. Gems in each green room. So the Nook, so I can either do the closet, which will be a dead end, or I can do the patio, which will lead me over. Let's do the patio. Looks intriguing. Okay, so it looks like, okay, here we go. Gem. Buried below, occasionally you may discover small mounds of dirt in certain rooms of the estate. With a shovel, one may be able to excavate these suspicious big spots. Okay, so how do I procure a shovel as I see that spot? Okay, well, we'll figure that out. Okay, so this door is locked. Let's go ahead and use a key. We've got no keys now, so we're going to need some keys. Lavatory looks like it does nothing. Spare room and observatory. Observatory looks interesting, so let's go with that. Okay. So it looks like that door locked on us. So it looks like this is going to be actually a dead end, which is fine. The Fixed Stars, The Stargazer's Companion to Constellations by Richard Witt. Finn Aries, Bird & Sons Publishing, 1809. How many pages is this? Okay, so this book contains a complete star base and a list of constellations and the observed effects that accompany the appearance of each one. Depending on the number of stars that can be seen in the sky on any given day, different constellations of various sizes may be visible, sometimes more than one on a single day. This book, a solid base for astronomy, will help you easily identify these constellations, impress your friends, and discover the joy of stargazing. 1. North Star gives me +1 gold. The Twins, 2 trunks have been added to the entrance hall. The Slice, I get 3 steps, okay. Diamond Miner is a gem. The Southern Cross, rooms with 4 doors are more common today. Farmer's apple. Apples are extra delicious today. Clavis, the key. I get a key. Diamond Major is 5 gems. Draxus the Dead. Dead end rooms are more common. The sale, everything is 50% off today. Forellis, Bloom of the Sky. Green rooms are most likely contain special flowers today. And that's it. Okay, so that, my guess is, that's in association to this. How do I see in here? So is there anything I can do with this? Let me go up these things first, the stairs. Okay, so I had to lower it, I guess. Oh my god. I lowered it too much. Okay. That's interesting. So, how do I do this? Oh! Am I able to adjust that? How do I look in this? Maybe I have to do this. Hold on. Then do this. Yes. Okay, I think that's what I'm supposed to do. Also, I kind of enjoying the soundtrack a little bit here. It's kind of peaceful and lovely. Okay, so am I able to see anything out of this? No. Okay. And then flip this back. Okay. Still a no. Okay, I'm super lost right now. Hold on. Okay. If I do this. Okay, so that will not let me do anything. Can I get to this? From over here. No. Okay. I'll figure it out, everybody. Fine. Okay, I think I see. Okay, yep, and then we get the icon to look through. So I get a North Star, so I gain a coin. Okay. Interesting. And I can't go anywhere else. This is a dead end. So let's go across. Because I think... Yeah, okay. Let's go across. Alright, what do we got here? We got a guest bedroom with 10 feetsies. We got a chapel where I can lose a coin every time I enter. Or the kitchen. Let's see what we got here. Alright, if I do the kitchen, I can go up. If I do the chapel, I can go up and down. If I do the guest bedroom, I get a dead end. Let's go to the chapel. I know that seems kind of weird, but these are interesting. Stained glass all have Roman numerals on them. And they look like they count down to something. Do I have to click on them? No. You know what? Because in the previous room, they kind of were like, make sure you have a journal nearby. Let's kind of just jot this down. So we have somebody with a hoe. And they have the Roman numeral of 1. So we have a hoe. I'm guessing a gardener. Okay. We'll just kind of do this in a... That looks like a Roman numeral of 4. Please correct me if I'm wrong. It looks like a top hat wearing duster, so a chimney sweep. Okay. Horse rider, so jockey, and that looks like that's 6. So we got a jockey. Cool dial. I don't see anything up there. Roman numeral 3 is a farmer. Because they have a pitchfork. Okay. They have a paddle and a chef's hat for 2. So we're going to go with a chef or a cook. Five. Looks like a maid. My hands are dry. Jesus. It looks like a maid. Maid, and they have a broom. And then 7. Looks like our king or queen. All right. So if I go left, I go up. So let's do that first and see what options we get. Okay, so it looks like we get a pantry with 4 coins, but I'm pretty sure that'll end at the observatory. Same with the parlor, or I can go to the courtyard. Let's go to the courtyard, because that's the only one that has a room that will go the other way. Ooh. A heavy sledgehammer can shatter padlocks on locked trucks. Okay. I know we had a locked trunk back there. Probably should have jotted that down. All right. So we can go parlor, which will bring us up. Oh, I chose I didn't mean to choose pantry. Gosh darn it. That's all right. Okay. Bridget, please pick up some more fruit before Friday, as we have just been informed that we may have an extra guest exploring the house next week. 50 steps should be more than enough, so I think an even spread would be ideal. 5 apples, 5 bananas, 5 oranges. The enclosed amount should cover expenses, but please bring back any change from the order and leave it in the pantry. Can't believe I did that. So that I wanted to go up, but I messed that up. Looks like we get an orange. But it gave me 5 extra steps, which is pretty nice. Okay, can I go? No. Okay. Okay, we get guest bedroom, lavatory, or spare room. We're going to do guest bedroom. I'm going to get the 10 extra steps. Sinclair, I just wanted to write you a quick note thanking you for the weekend. I had a thrilling time on the hunt with Lord Evanson, whose particular personality somewhat made up for your absence. I also appreciate your new game in the billiard room. It's been ages since I've seen the billiard room in the house. I was beginning to suspect you retired the floor plan. It was well worth the wait, though, as I always enjoy your mathematical puzzles and appreciate that I didn't need to know the rules of darts to play your variation. Hoping your health improves shortly. Okay. So it sounds like the billiard room is a mathematical game with darts. Got a gem. All right. We're going to lose a coin here. But we're going to go across. Okay. So we have the dining room. Security room. And a place called the drawing room. Now the drawing room doesn't bring us anywhere. May draw new floor plans while drafting in this room. View inventory of all items. Each day a meal is served in the dining room after rank 8. So I'm only at rank 3. I'm going to do dining room just because I don't want to give up a gem right now. Okay. So I got another gem. Okay, anything? Okay. We can go to the lavatory, which I don't want to do because that will end that. We can do the parlor, or we can do the spare room. Let's do the spare room. So this room is empty. Okay, let's... All right. So we can go to a dead end in the closet, which I think would not be smart. We can go to the east wing, which would bring us both up and down, or the kitchen, which will also bring us up, but we have food for sale. Let's do the east wing. What am I? Okay. So from here, we should be able to go up. Or down, but I think we'll stick with going up here. Okay. Okay. So we have a place called the boudoir, which will essentially end us at the guest room, which then ends our run. A workshop, which combine inventory to create new items. And a kitchen will also end us. So let's go to the workshop. Do we have saw. Ooh, what's this? Metal detector. Greater chance of finding keys and coins. Okay. Okay, I like that. There's also sheet music. Stones cut, blank by hand, and letters wrought do spell our secrets carved from thought. A message read is often lost among the bold words spoken soft. The note is read, the letter is not. Okay, and that's 8. Interesting. A cog. Some lights. Some tools. And I don't think we're going to be able to go anywhere. Because we have... Oh, what's this? Can I do something with the sledgehammer? Okay. And then we have this. A security code locked by electric key card. Okay, so I think we just had a dead end. Screwed this up here. Just for fun, we'll go ahead and go down the East Hall. Just to kind of see what other room we have. Let's see. We can do lavatory, locksmith, or the office. Opportunity, earn, and spread. Let's go to the locksmith. Maybe we can buy a key card. Lockpick kit. Special key. Keys. So, nothing. I can't even buy a... Okay, that's fine. So, let's go here. Okay, we're going to lose another coin. Okay. So, we're in the den. Let's go back down to the corridor. Okay. And Great Hall. I don't think we can do anything here. Oh. Let's just go ahead with the bunk room. Anything? Oh, it's a hamster. All right. I think, unfortunately, that kills us for the day. But we do have 32 steps left, so let's go take an adventure and see if we can go anywhere. Okay, so that's locked. Interesting. Okay. Okay, that's blocked off. I don't think I can use my sledgehammer, can I? No. Okay, so here's some type of... I don't know what, but gas pipe seems to be coming in. Or water pipe, so maybe a fountain or lights. Okay. It's a little dark in here. Do I have a flashlight? Does not appear I do. Okay, so there's nothing I can do here other than be in a very dark area. Alright, that's interesting. Here we go. Go back up. Okay, private drive, the grounds. Okay, I lost the footsteps, so this is part of my adventures, I guess. Alright, we're at a fork in the road. Let's go to the gate first. Just because I have an inner feeling that it's locked. Or I can't get in. Yep. Alright, so let's go this way. Bird bath. Another fork, but this has a tent. Okay. The campsite. Due to the rules set forth in your great uncle's will, you are not allowed to stay in the estate overnight. Luckily, however, your scouting skills have been put to good use to fabricate a very respectable off-site sleeping quarters. You may call it a day at any time for your blueprint menu tab to return to the campsite for the night. Okay. Very cute. Apple orchard. That has a key lock. Okay. Don't see anything back here. And I can't get in there. Okay. So I think we have done all that we can do. Let's call it a day. Mount Holly, Charming Cottage. Okay. Total rooms 20. Rank reaches 4. Steps taken 39. Items found 3. Okay. Save and continue. I need to just not this time be more precarious. Ooh, day 2. Okay. Okay, it looks like it's the same. Okay, so I don't have anything from before, so let's go this way today. Let's see. The Nook will just take us straight up, but we get a key. We have a hallway, which will go straight and up, and the corridor is straight. Let's go to the hallway. Gives us more opportunities. And we're still going to go straight. All right, we got the pantry, which will give us 4 coins, a parlor, which has a puzzle, and the breaker box. Okay. Once you have drawn 4 plans, you must select one to draft. Let's do the parlor. Okay. Ooh, an apple. Gave me 2 steps. Okay. Some type of wind-up key, a component to the parlor game. May the 2nd. Dear Herbert, it was a great honor receiving the invitation to dine at your estate with the Oldhams this past Thursday. If I'm being frank, it has been quite a while since we have been in a decent society, and we were beginning to worry that my wife's wit had lost its charm. I have no delusions that my company is rival to hers, so we've been seen in decent society. If I can refresh your memory, we both spent much of that evening discussing our mutual love of games and puzzles, and I mentioned to you a rather particular parlor game I had played some years back, involving 3 boxes of different colors. You had pressed me to write with the particulars of this game. When I found the time, and I have included with this letter, all the details you will need to share with guests should you be inclined to play this confounding game. Always your friend, M. Lowry. There will always be at least 1 box which displays only true statements. There will always be at least 1 box which displays only false statements. Only 1 box has prize within, the other 2 are always empty. Okay. The gems are on the floor. No. The gems are in this box. Okay. The gems are on the desk. No. So they are only in this box. Interesting. Okay. So it looks like we can go to the den for +1 gem, closet for 2 items, or the pantry. Pantry will lead me back to potentially any room I do at the hallway. Den will do both. Let's do den. Plus I get +1 gem, which I already see. Okay, let's go up. So in this one, we get spare room, the nook with a key, or the guest bedroom for 10. Let's do the spare room, just to get us to go straight. Might have been a mistake, but we'll try it. Okay, in this one we can do storeroom, which gets us a key, a gem, and a coin. We can do something called the breaker box, or the kitchen with food for sale. Let's do the breaker box. Okay, toggling for each breaker switches. Okay, key card entry off. Gymnasium. Oh, that went blue. Okay, before that was not an option. I have no idea what I'm doing here. Okay. We'll leave this in case we come up with a note, because I don't see anything in this room. So let's go ahead and go back. Let's take a look here. So we have a commissary where things are for sale. We have a chapel where I lose a coin. Or a bedroom where we can gain 2 feetsies. We'll go into the bedroom. Same thing there. Okay. A spare set of car keys. Okay. Okay, this one will have a corridor, storeroom, or closet. Closet will give me 2 items. Storeroom will give me a key, a diamond, and money. This will always remain unlocked. There are probably people that would be watching this that are screaming, "You should have chosen this instead." I don't think I'll do the chapel. Let's see, we got pantry, which will turn. Storeroom, which will end. Pantry gives me 4 coins. And if I remember, some food. And it looks like I get an apple. Get 4 coins. And the door. All right. So it looks like we get a drawing room. It technically ends going up. But you can go straight or down. Closet 2 items. Walk-in closet 2 items. Let's go with the drawing room. Very cool. There's some things in here that are the same. Like that picture and that picture. And that picture, but that picture is bigger. And that picture is bigger and that's flipped. That's interesting. Okay, so there's no... Here we go. Drawing floor plans. Each time you click on a door, you will draw 3 floor plans, from which you must select one to draft. However, there are some items and rooms that will allow you to redraw if you do not like your initial 3 options. Okay. All right. So I don't want to go down yet. So let's see what we got here. We got a nook, which will bring us up. Guest bedroom, which will give us 10. Kitchen, which will bring us down. We're going to the nook, because we get a key in here. Okay. And, ooh. A wood and brass magnifying glass. Inspect documents of the estate more closely. Here we go. Billiard notes. Puzzle notes. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Hold on. I think we need our handy dandy notebook for this, because it looks like this is the billiard game. So, and order of operations is from the bullseye out. So we have addition is in what, turquoise, teal color. Subtraction is yellow. Multiplication is pink. We'll call that pink. And division is purple. And we go from bullseye outward. And the level of operations, order of operation, order of op. Okay. Something has many something secrets that will allow. Antechamber appears to be sealed by all 4 sides. Must be a way to open. Okay, interesting. So if we go back, we're going to have to look at more notes. Ooh. Okay. So we can either dead end in a lavatory, which is a no. Dead end with a closet, which I would consider. Or we can go to security, which has 2 doors. So let's go to security. We haven't been there yet. Okay. Cutscene. Okay. This is me looking at keyboards and probably monitors. Oh, I'm pointing to myself. Okay. Some surveillance. Look at this. Blue memos equal true, red memos equal lie. Unless written by hand. Okay. That's interesting. So unless written by hand. Welcome to the Mount Holly Security. Press enter. Security. View estate inventory. Keycard system. Log into network. The following is a detailed list of items currently in the house that have yet to be collected. This list will be updated as new rooms are added. Okay. Main menu. Keycard system. Security doors are doors within the estate that can only be unlocked with an electronic key card. The key card system is currently offline. Key card system security level medium offline mode is locked. Security level determines the amount of key card security doors that will be deployed in your estate. IG, should you expect to see 1 or 2 security doors with low setting, 5 or 6 with high. Okay, back. Okay. I don't know what that means. This mode determines the default setting the security doors will be set to if power is lost during a blackout, for example. As a general safety rule, offline mode should be set to unlock if any staff are working on the estate. Confirm setting. Okay. Recur. Log into network. Terminal password. Okay. So I need a password. Is there password? Staff notice. Effective the first week of December, payroll for all live, out, and seasonal staff will be managed electronically, as your attendance will no longer be registered at morning roll call. It is doubly important that you do not fail to clock in and out at one of the electric computer terminals on the estate. 2 of these terminals can be found at security, where the punch clock used to be, and in the laboratory. Any questions or concerns regarding this process should be directed, as always, to the house manager, Miss Babbage. Terminal password. Looks like the first letter is S. Okay. Swan song. Okay. Swan song. Until further notice, the antechamber has been unlocked and access levers are no longer required to grant entry. This is a red envelope. It is not handwritten, so it is a lie. Keycard access security doors are more likely to appear in the higher ranks of the estate. Likewise, as a redundant security measure, normal doors in the estate will also be more likely to be locked as you progress north. So that's true. Okay. So we just learned terminal password. Swan song. Password accepted. Connecting to network. Gotta love a good dial-up tone. Also, I'm in rank 5, which is pretty nice. Okay. Staff services. Staff services. Punch in and out. Staff announcements. Request schedule change. Special orders. What's that? If you'd like to get a specific brand of your gum or your favorite fruit, and the commissary is now taking special orders for all members of the stash. Staff special orders can take 1 to 3 days. Staff announcements. Saturday, November 7th. I don't think anyone else has access to this network this month except you, Simon. So if you're reading this, just know we're rooting for you, your friends in faithful service. Remote terminal access. It is possible to connect to other active terminals elsewhere on the estate using RTA. There are other terminals that are currently connected, but it looks like office, laboratory, and shelter. Okay. Electronic mail. Email. The permissions of this terminal do not allow for access to the electronic mail account. Currently, the feature is only accessed via the terminal located in the office. Data transfers from Synca are not currently available. Okay, glossary of terms. Interesting. Log out. Okay. That was fun. Okay. Let's go this way. I have to use a key. Let's use a key. We only have the one. Okay, whenever you enter the chapel, you'll lose a coin. Bunk room counts as 2 bedrooms. Commissary with stuff for sale, but it does have a door leading up. Okay. And it's a key card. Commissary will be closed from 12 to 10. 12 to 16. Okay. Okay, we already saw that one. This is a lie. Okay. So I can get a gem. Sledgehammer. And this needs a key card, but it's not powered on. So let's go this way. Okay, and it's locked. All right. Okay. Okay. Let's do the observatory because it's the only... Although we could go back down to the entrance hall build. Let's do the storeroom, actually. We haven't done that yet. No, wait, we have done the storeroom. What am I talking about? But I want the key and a gem. Alright. Let's head back to the entrance hall. No, wait. Which way do I want to go? Pantry. Okay, we're going to get 2 feetsies here. Okay. Figured I'd just test that out a little bit. I'm going to go back up to utility closet because the key was offline and I don't want to deal with that. So, okay. Okay, let's go back to the entrance hall. And let's go ahead and go north real quick. Just because we can kind of see lavatory, guest bedroom. Let's do the guest bedroom just to get some more feet. And a key card. Opens electrically powered security doors. Okay. That's the billiard. Oh, you know what? Now that I have this. Okay. Now I can't keep... No. Okay. That was a good test. Okay, so our options are right now, let me... Okay. So we have two options. I can go up to the commissary, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 steps, or I can just go ahead and venture out to the entrance. You know what? I'll do the commissary. Get 2 steps back. Drawing room. That was the storage room. We go to the nook. Go here. We go to the commissary. And we got the key card. Okay. So we can do the chapel where we lose a coin, the boudoir, or the office. Well, the office requires 2 gems. We don't have that. Let's go to the boudoir. Okay. Give us some keys. Okay, looks like we got some Christmas here. Okay, anything that we can... There's a safe. Okay, can I have the password? Got a music box. Record player. And the safe. And I do not know what the safe is. Okay. And shoes. Gotcha. Okay. So, we can do lavatory, which will end, dining room, which will have 2 access. Let's do the dining room. Gave me a key. Perfection. Okay, I don't got anything there. Okay, so I think this will bring me up, right? Yeah. And it's locked, so let's lose one of the keys. Okay, so this brings us to a closet, a conference room, or a passageway, which requires 2 gems. I don't have 2 gems, so we're going to have to do the conference room. Okay. Spreading items. Some special rooms allow you to spread items throughout your house. When items are spread, they are immediately placed in several of the rooms currently on your estate. However, if you have a conference room, spread items are gathered in that room instead. Interesting. Spread is used twice, which is interesting. Okay. Okay. There's a red note over here. Let's see. Safe code is 9083, but it's a red note, so it's false. So that's a lie. Okay. So going up, and it's locked. Let's go ahead and use a key. Chapel or passageway. Oh. Let's do the chapel. It's annoying, but okay. I'm sorry, what? Okay, so it has the same pictures. It has a bishop, giant bishop over there. Alright, it's probably gonna be locked, right? And okay, dark room. You cannot see floor plans while drafting in this room. Patio and observatory each require a gem. Let's do the dark room for funds. Okay, this is really cool. Don't know what I'm supposed to do, but this is kind of cool. Now I probably could have turned off the power in here, but is this what gets me to go up? It is. And it's locked. Of course it's locked. And it's locked. So that is a dead end. Alright, let's that's annoying. Okay. So conference room. That's locked. Okay. Dude. Dinner is served. Today's main course is a porterhouse. It's delightfully expensive steak cut, bone-in and extra marbled for maximum tenderness. A perfect dish. For those who love extravagance, I get plus 20 feet plus an additional 10 if you have a showroom in your house. I do not have a showroom. You know what? To get the plus 20, let's have dinner. Perfect. There's no point in going down, so let's just go back to the boudoir. And then the commissary. I don't think there was anything here. 6 coins. I'll get a gem, but go to here. Go here. Go back to the drawing room. Back into the pantry. Get 2. All right, now we're back. Entrance. Let's go to the other side. So, item closet. I can gain 5. I can't do that because I only have 1 gem. I'm gonna go back to the commissary. I mean, we're going to have to call it a day anyway. So might as well draw a room I haven't driven before. Oh. The Red Prince by Maren Marigold. That's our mother. There once was a red prince who sat on a red throne. He had a red crown made of rubies and a red castle made of stone. The prince had a love for all things red. It's the only true color, the prince often said. He could not stand the sight of a canary or a crow. He could not stand the white of a swan in the snow. He never looked up for the fear of the view. He had heard that the sky was not a red hue. So he always had a book to turn his eyes down if he was ever outside when the clouds weren't around. Do you know which book the prince always had? The one that made him happy whenever he was sad? A story he had read in the bath and the bed, and maybe you can guess what the clues we have said. It was a story of a boy who also wore red, and he looked like our prince from his toes to his head. As you, my reader, might already assume, this book is quite near you, in fact, in the same room. A story about you, if it needs to be said, about a red prince and his book, the red book we just read. Oh, that's cute. Because I'm that person. Alright. So it looks like it's the nursery. It's very cute. Probably need to call it on the day because we literally have nothing. Let's see if this has been open yet. Nope. Alright, so we're done. Let us call it a day, people. Let us call it a day. Mount Holly, east facing villa, east wing favored, total rooms 22, ranked reach 8, steps taken 75, items found 3, new rooms 9. Look how close I got though to the antechamber. Let's save and continue. Okay. Day 3. How close do you think we'll get today? How close do you think? So let's take a look here. Okay. Sorry, I got distracted there for a second. So this time, since we've gone left and we've gone right, let's go north first. So we got the parlor, we got the den, which gives us 1 coin, or 1 gem. And we got the hallway. I'm going to do the hallway, and the only reason why is because it does go straight up. So we'll do that first. Let's see, we got the closet with the breaker, guest room, or a nook. Let's go with the nook. That way we can get the key. Let's see, is there anything else in here we can grab? No. Okay. Corridor, spare room, corridor. And then that brings us to there. Okay. Which means we can pretty much make this door. We might be able to go a couple places, but we can pretty much make that one a dead end. All right, so this gives us the West Wing Hall, closet, or security. I think we'll go with the West Wing Hall right now. I think security is a little early, but this will be able to bring us up and down. So let's go up. We got storeroom, den, and ooh, a garage. I don't have a gem, so we'll have to go with the den, which will give us a gem. Anything else in here? So, can go that way. Or we can, ooh. Okay, no. So, we need to remember there's a lockbox in the den. I want to keep my key for now. So, we can do utility closet, chapel, or commissary. Let's do the commissary for the one gem that we just did. Just so I can kind of see what we have here. We have a salt shaker, a compass, a shovel, and a sledgehammer. Okay, good. So this will bring us this way. I don't have a gem, so this is going to end up being a dead end, so we'll do storeroom. For the coin, the key, and les diamants. Okay. That's fine. And then this will take us out that way. So let's go. Okay, so this gives us a bedroom where we can gain 2 steps. Let's do the bedroom. Upside down hand statue. Is there anything in here? There is not. And it's marked off. Okay, that's fine. So let's go down to the West Hall and just see. It's the commissary. We don't need that. That's where it came from. So let's take a look and see what we can get here. Let's go ahead and do the closet and get 2 items. A single ivory die. While drafting, you may use the dice to roll for new floor plans. Okay. And it looks like we also get a gem. Perfect. Okay. Let's go back this way. Let's go back to the nook. Back this way. What did we have over here? Let's go ahead and see what we have for options. Pantry. We're going to do the guest room here, and the reason why is number 1, I'll get 10 new feetsies, but there's nowhere else to go, so at least we'll get some new, get us kind of up in the walking, and we'll get a gem. I've already seen that. That's it. Perfect. So let's go here. This is going to end up being a dead end, so let's kind of take a look here. So I can do utility closet for the breaker. And the parlor room or the nursery. All of them are going to be dead ends. So let's go ahead and do the utility closet. I don't need to go in there, but now we have it. All right, let's go this way then. So we can do billiard room, which we have not seen yet, or the pantry. Let's do the billiard room. All right. Let's see here. It'd be cool if you could like play some of the pool balls, but it doesn't look like it. So this is going to be where that rule set is, where additional was kind of that blue color. Subtraction is yellow. Multiplication is pinkish. Division is purple. And we got to do it in order. So this is... So whatever we do, we have to do addition. So what do I hit? Okay. So I hit here. 3 plus 1 is 4. Okay. Is it 16 minus 7 is 8? Oh my god, I just did the math wrong, didn't I? That's 4. It's 9. 16 minus 3 is 13. Okay. 10 divided by 2 is 5. Did I not do that right? So wait, 17. 4. 16 minus 7 is 9. 16 minus 3 is 13. Is it 13 plus 10, which is 20? Is it 10 plus 2? That's 12. That's 6? No. It's 9. 16 minus 3 is 13. 10 divided by 10 times 2. I'm an idiot. It's 20. 14 minus 7 is 7. Did I do that wrong again? Hold on. 9. 3, that's 13. It's 20. 14 minus 7 it's 14 divided by 2. Wait, what? So wait, 14 technically minus 7 is 7, but 7 can't be divided by 2. 14 divided by 2 is 7. 14 plus 7 gives us 21. That doesn't work with 2. Minus 2 is 12 divided by 2 is 6. No. Okay, so 16 minus 7 is 9. Okay. Then 16 minus 3 is 13. And then so it's 10 times 2 is 20. 14 minus, oh my god, let's multiply again. Minus 7 is 7 times 2 is 14. You guys, I'm special. I kept thinking that was divide, even though it's pink. Ugh. But we got a key card. Making me do maths. Alright, let's see what we got here. So pantry will go that way. Parlor will dead end, which I don't want. Kitchen will also go that way. We'll do pantry because we'll get a item food and we'll get some coins. So can't hurt to have that. Some food. Make sure I'm not missing anything else. It doesn't look like it. Okay. So terrace looks like it ends. East Hall will go up and go down. Courtyard will also go up and down, but it has a gem requirement. Let's do the East Hall. And then that's going to be a dead end. So let's go ahead and open that up just to see if we can get something cool. We get the boudoir, the kitchen, or the parlor. You know what? We'll just do the kitchen. I'm not going to go in there, but we'll just do the kitchen for now. All right, so we got the courtyard, which has 3. It cost me a gem, but it goes in 3 areas, and spare room goes straight. Let's do the courtyard. Okay, courtyard. We get a sledgehammer, so let's grab the sledgehammer. Because wasn't there a room where we could, where we had a trunk? We can always go back there. So we got spare room, boudoir, and that. Spared room will take us straight. Boudoir will go right. Let's go straight. Okay. We have 2 keys, so let's go ahead and use one of them. Takes us to the parlor, lavatory, or greenhouse. The greenhouse requires a gem. You are more likely to draw green rooms while drafting. Let's do the greenhouse just because that sounds fun. Okay, there's a switch thing, it looks like. Okay, what's this? Watering can. First time you enter each green room, use water to gain a gem. Limited capacity is 3. Okay, ooh, sheet music. Trees found inside will never shade. The gems that shine in night and rain. The clue you hold cannot be paid with gems nor coin, so toss away. Those sheets you find a worthy trade. Okay. Anything else I can have in here? So that is a no. So can I... E. So I gained a gem. Perfect. So let's see, we got... the parlor, which will bring us down. So this is going to be all dead ends. Lavatory in the mailroom. Let's do the mailroom. Order placed. I didn't know I had an order, but perfect. Perfection. Simon P. Jones. From Dad. Hey buddy, how's it going up there in that big house? I think most people would be pretty scared being alone for this length of time, but I have a feeling you're doing just fine. I imagine you happy as a clam, perfectly content on the estate within the exploration and opportunities for adventure that present themselves each day. As I'm writing this, you are currently in the garage packing the tent. I wanted to try and post this letter before we depart tomorrow so that it has a chance to arrive during your first few days on the estate. But with all the preparations, I'm not sure that I'm going to find the time. There's so much I want to say, I'm sure I'll forget to tell you Friday night. Sometimes it's easier for me to just jolt this stuff down. You're yelling at me right now to come bring you a pillowcase. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. I can tell you're really excited, but I think you might feel a little guilty about being so happy the other day after the funeral. Believe me, I know how long Uncle Hubert worked on setting this up for you, and I know from our conversations just how much happiness this final project brought him. So do both of us a favor and be excited. The house really is amazing. I know it's been almost 7 years since we were last up there, and I'm really curious to hear just how much you remember from those summer trips. You've always been smarter than me at this kind of thing, so I'm not sure how much guidance or inspiration I can offer before your trip that will actually be useful to you. Despite my best intentions, I'm sure that on Friday I'll end up leaving you with a few of overused cliche expressions when we say farewell. Later, alligator, dad. P.S. Get some sleep each night and don't spend all your time each day playing didgeridoo. Okay. I forgot that I had a roller. I had dice. I could have rolled. Please return all the correspondence and packages addressed to Danny Ravine to sender, as he no longer is employed with our staff. Okay. Utility room fuse boxes indicator settings. More detailed instructions will be sent by electronic mail to the address client has provided. Press any button above to activate blue. Press a blue indicator next to a red indicator to activate purple. 5 purple indicators are needed to activate the 6th. Press any button above to activate blue. Press a blue indicator next to a red indicator to activate purple. 5 purple indicators are needed to activate the 6th. Interesting. Okay. Okay. I think... Is this the kitchen? It is. Let's go in. Just because I've never seen the kitchen. Okay. The main course. You're going to get a sandwich for 8, tomato soup for 5, or a banana. Okay. At the billiard room. I think wasn't there a locked chest? Not here. A locked chest somewhere, right? Or am I mistaken? I think it would just be kind of fun to use the sledgehammer since we have it. All right. Lockpick. A hobbyist lockpick kit will occasionally be able to unlock some normal doors. I don't have any normal doors. Okay. Get out of here. Let's go outside. Can't believe I forgot that I had the dice. Can't even lockpick it? Okay. We might as well do this, right? Maybe I can break open the apple orchard. There's my camp. Okay, so I don't know what that is. Okay, well, we'll call this a day. Mount Holly Rustic Villa. Total rooms 21. Ranked reach 5. Steps taken 51. Items found 5. New rooms 6. Alright, I think for now we're going to go ahead and save and quit. Had a completely fun time doing this. Gonna come back and definitely do some more. Completely enjoyed this game. I hope you guys did too. If you did, please give me a subscribe, a like, comment. Hopefully we'll do better at the darts game and not thinking that pink is division, even though technically purple is division. But outside of that, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day.